Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, which I've never played. Really. French Run. So last month, my dad was born in 1951, so he turned 53. 73. 53. Wow. I don't know why I said 53. I meant 73, but here we are. How would you be saying I like Metal Gear Solid 3 when you're, I guess. I was born in 1983, Nana. I'm an old man, but like not ancient. I'm wise with my, I'm just gonna say I like 2. Normal.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into 2, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
I played it a little bit on the 3DS, Kel. What is a French Run, OJA? I don't know French, so it'd be a problem. Hey, that's my birthday!
Altitude 30,000
Just
approaching Soviet airspace.
21 or 29 years before my birthday.
To drop off.
Or 19 years before my birthday.
Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high
You're not
pressure
that
test.
old, Nana.
Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
You're way older than both our presidential candidates. I mean, I feel 64, Circer. I know, OJ. I was messing with you back.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector.
Did they try to make him look like Raiden at
Put on
first
your mask.
to fuck with people? Would you like to making fuck berserker? Would you like to suck my
Does
cock
this panty waste know what he's doing?
berserker?
Approaching release point.
Hey, Nana, I might work for
10
that
minutes
company.
to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
I like how they fucked with people to make it look like Raiden at first.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Yeah, I'm just putting my controller down.
Sunrise.
I mean, everyone should be like that, Nana. Jade! What's up, friend?
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
The craziest thing when you go skydiving is that you think your stomach is going to drop out, and it doesn't, because you're going the same speed as the airplane.
From the wind chill.
1 minute to drop
Oh
off.
no, Jade!
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off.
Exactly,
Stand
Cal.
by.
Exactly.
Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings.
And fly. God be with you.
I mean, it means you have a type of Air Force boys, Nana. You like yourself some Air Force boys. Spread your cheeks and kiss your ass goodbye. Woo! Nana really liked
Jack,
Top
I've
Gun.
got some important news.
They even
Head
call
of
him
the
Jack.
CIA has finally given us the green
Trolls!
light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission.
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission.
I'm
Sounds
doing
like
good,
some
Jade.
kind
How
of
about you?
initiation
It's been a
ritual.
long day.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The time has come.
Earth was blue,
Sound
but there
the
was no
Neferti.
God.
The Neferti.
Damn
The
this
rocket
thing.
that carried Yuri
How dare it
Gagarin
not
to
work when
orbit
I tell it
was
to?
the A1, known as the
I was
Vostok
like,
rocket.
Berserker fucked up his
Sokolov is said to be
resub.
the
Sub.
man most
Berserker,
responsible
30
for
months.
the multi-engine
Thank you for that
cluster
resub.
used
Welcome back to
on
Empire.
board.
Oh, hell, Gizmo.
After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov
What's up,
left
Wabba?
rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau. That's
Very
quite
much
a
so,
success
Nana.
story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid.
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff.
My mom's older than you too, Nana.
Finally,
Today is
on
actually my
October 28th,
mother's.
the Soviet Union agreed to
69th
remove its
birthday.
missiles from Cuba. And so
Both
the
my
world
parents are older
avoided
than
a
you.
nuclear
We're
holocaust.
good.
But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea.
Metal Gear.
We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then, a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research.
That's good,
facility
Jade.
and
I'm
forced
glad.
to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved in there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
And I'm free. Free falling. Do. And I'm free. Free falling.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
Sleep is good.
Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy.
I love how trolly
It's being
Hideo is. It's fucking hysterical. Jack and has that gray hair.
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Have fun, Jade. Not. I probably. Dude, the ending cinema of 4 is like 2 hours long. It's like 90 minutes long, isn't it? Like when you beat 4, it's a full-on movie. You troll, Hideo. You fucking troll. No, I had the whole thing, man. There was like, so I got a PS3 for Uncharted, and then as soon as that came out, I do not. Snake.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
Well, you've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
Naked
I
and
don't know if I'd ever
afraid.
order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. Oh, and Snake,
Yeah,
the crew isn't watching anymore. You can take off the disguise now.
good idea. This isn't right. Time for the snake to shed his skin.
No, if it was like his penis, it'd be Anaconda, Berserker. It'd be Anaconda. Fucking Hideo, you troll. And it was a fucking, especially a military guy, right? That mullet, though. That mullet is magical. That's a magical mullet, folks. Yeah, 64 was even early for hippies, right?
Can you hear me, Major Tom? This is
Ground
Snake.
control
Kept you
is
waiting, huh?
Major Tom.
This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site.
I
That
mean,
goes for food
Nana,
as well.
you know where I went
You're
to school?
completely naked, just as your name implies.
Do you know what school
Great.
what college I
Now
went
I
to?
see why you asked me if I liked
Speaking of that?
snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good
Kent
reason for that.
State.
I'll tell you later when the time is right.
The school
Gotcha.
known for shooting college
Getting back
students.
to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll
Yeah.
also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here.
Yep,
It's
Berserker.
stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Go get your backpack. Wasn't there a snake when I started the cinema over here? That would be yours, 42069. You're such a rebel, Berserker. Okay, do pull-ups now.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low,
Hey, Trash,
it'll
how you
affect
doing,
your
buddy?
performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire.
I hate that
Once its
so
durability
much.
reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it.
Oh, nice
The suppressor's
try.
durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a
Wow.
ghost, Snake, in every sense of the
I
word.
don't know about you.
And there'll be
but
no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state
I
of
don't know
false
where that
death for
shit
too
is,
long,
Berserker,
nothing
but
will
that
be able
is
to bring
pretty
you back.
insane.
Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Ugh.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking.
Yeah,
but
it
I'll
seems
tell
like
you my
actual
name
death,
only
Nana.
if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the
up,
reserved
Pat?
save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss.
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
Yeah, Pat.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Technique,
That'd be worth
sure.
getting.
But what about
That's
how to think like a soldier?
I lost my vibrator.
How to think like a soldier?
Kind of call, Pat.
I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique.
That's it, Nana.
In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it
Is
had
that
nothing
why you
to do with
abandoned me?
I already told you, Jack. I was on a top-secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You are a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You
Only
follow
the mission.
orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Amy!
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position.
Amy!
Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
My crazy shoes finally came in, Amy.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
I mean, that makes sense too, Amy. Oh, I don't have them on. I'm not wearing them until tomorrow for my date. Oh. I'm just running around in my house. There's no need to put on new shoes. Yeah, they do. I'll send you a picture after stream. Ah, it's a snake. I got a snake. I put one of them on before stream and it seemed to fit okay. We're just a room full of strangers looking for something to save us. We're dying and living, we're living to die. It's an alligator. Or two of them. Looks like poopy. Ow! I did. My Metal Gear Solid lessons have not learned. Would you like to make King Fuck Berserker? Beehive or something? We're just a room full of strangers. Whoa.
Snake, do you read? Snake!
How do I hit it with a knife?
Snake, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You're far from okay. Look at your life gauge. You're on your last leg.
You're on your last leg.
I can still...
See?
Snake, this is a solo sneaking mission. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Huh?
It means there's no backup, no cavalry. If you're taken out, nobody is there to take your place. Pull out for now and recuperate.
Find a hiding place and get some rest. Your life gauge will gradually recover with time. But the speed of your life gauge recovery depends on the level of your stamina gauge. So get plenty to eat, then get some rest. You hear me?
Pull out.
Do you hear me?
Why would you ever... I'm never gonna pull out. That's why I got a vasectomy. I don't pull out. Fucking silly ass fucking game. Think I'm gonna pull out? What do you think this shit is? Fucking the communist Russia? God, that's horrifying, Pat. That's horrifying. That's nightmare fuel, Pat. I thought this is America. Pull out. Fucking communist manifesto bullshit. I ain't pulling out of anything. I'm coming where I come. One lemonade. We're just a room full of strangers looking for someone to save us. I've been like addicted to the new Bring Me the Horizon album for like weeks now. We're just a room full of strangers looking for something to save us. I didn't mean to do that. Fucking hell. Ah, stab that snake. Yeah, stab that snake. Exactly. Quicksand is like the biggest myth told to us children. Pull out. Fucking communist bullshit. Pull out. Ha. You're not my supervisor. I'll come where I have permission to come.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
God, you're gonna get me banned, Pat. That will get that fucking emote
Snake,
reported.
your presence
that
in
right
Soviet
there.
territory is already a
We'll
violation
get that
of
emote.
international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the Camo Index. The Camo Index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
I'm so sexy. Look at me. I'm sexy and I know it. Boom, 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 boom. Let's just sit here and move along. Nothing to see here. Move along. I have to actually be stealthy this time, which is bullshit, but here we are. I maybe should have put the knife away. God, why do I play a stealth game is my next question. I'm not quite sure why I do this to myself. I am the least patient person in the world. I got some fruit. I mean, I'm not saying the game is bad. I'm just saying that I have like absolutely none of the patience that these games require.
Huh? Who's that? Radio, we need backup.
What the fuck? Okay, while I'm dying, give me a second. I'm gonna go grab a beer, so I stealth better. Why am I not dead? I come back and I'm not dead. How am I still alive? What is happening? Are they just like missing me? Holy fuck, man. Am I the most interesting man in the world? Is that Dose of Peace?
Snake! Snake!
Dude, that was kind of ridiculous. No. Fine, I'll actually try to stealth. How many, like, I should have been dead before I hit upstairs, and I got back after getting a beer out, opening it, and coming back down. Sneak, 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 all day long. Sneak, sneak, sneak while I sing this song. I'm going to clean this bathroom, make it shine. Take off spray paint with turpentine. Why did Rocket kicked off of Twitch? Well, one of his community members made a coat with a churro in his mouth emote. And then another community member, Pat, went into Co's chat and spammed it. And Rod was banned from Twitch. And Rod was then banned from Twitch. So I'm gonna go that way. I mean, you just said you were gonna do it like 10 seconds ago.
Something there. Who's that?
What?
Radio, call HQ.
Oh, God, there was another one? God damn it, guys. I'm on this way. This is how you do stealth missions, right? What it seems like, man. Isn't this where I came from? Did I just backtrack? Did I just go back into... There's just no... There is a map. Oh, fuck me, side. I just ran through all that. How did I get back to where I started? Hey. You know, and I was sitting there, like, just trying to get through. I was crawling like they told me to. Isn't this where I got my... I'm so confused.
Who's that?
What the f...
This is HQ. Sending reinforcement.
How did these guys know I was here? How come they can hit me now? But if I stand, lay down, they're like, okay, you know what? I'm sitting here trying to call around people, and these motherfuckers, none of them want to actually, like, you know... I don't know why it goes into first person, because that fucking... Okay. I mean, it is 1,000,000 years old. This is true. The one went the other way. Alrighty
What's
then.
wrong?
It's like I have to go back here, wait for this other one to come back. Like, going across this bridge doesn't seem like a good idea. You know, if this game is 1,000,000 years old, does that mean I'm 1,500,000 years old, Amy? God damn it, Pat. I mean, running across the bridge, nothing could ever go wrong. As I say that. See you later, boy. R.I.P. I am not a grandpa. I am young and sophisticated. How old are you gonna be, Pat? How old are you gonna be? That's not a good thing. You don't want to work on your birthday. What the fuck is that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Drop him. Oopsies. That fucking nursing shit is bad on your body, right? Okay. So we gotta go right. See you later, boy. R.I.P. I got a mushroom. Is it a trippy mushroom? You're as cranky as a 70-year-old too, Pat. I don't know if I've ever had a dose of Keese before.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump.
Yeah.
I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
You know me.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.